We gave him everything he needed. It's not we anymore. I don't like him. Burn it. Burn it all. I'm struggling. Rough weekend for Jackster, but I'm gonna look at this camera and tell you that
Moments,
I'll
no need
always be
for
back.
shoes. We're hanging out with half good sporting. No scoreboard needed, no need for report.
All right, we are back. Have Good Sporting, episode 48, week 2 of the college football season. In the rear view now. They say that week 2 has bad games, lots of directional schools playing powerhouse teams, lots of blowouts. Never sleep on week 2. Some coaches and players out there did, and it bit them. All right, here's what we got today. Florida versus USF. Alex Golish in the USF Bulls come to the swamp and just beat them. Just beat the Gators. Straight up better team and better coach. Just beat them. Michigan versus Oklahoma. John Mateer is a baller. Brent Venables had Bryce Underwood in an absolute blender, and Oklahoma rolls against Michigan. Arizona State, Mississippi State. Good for Starkville. Good for Starkville. Good for Jeff Lebby. Mike Leach is smiling, looking down on the Bulldogs. And their biggest win in so many years. Um, then we got Troy versus Clemson. I want to touch on that game because we need to have a conversation about Clemson too. They look bad. Sloppy. All that and more. Let's get rolling. All right, USF 18, Florida 16. I believe that was the final score. Billy Napier is the worst. I mean, are we serious? What are we doing, Billy? What are we doing? You have Jaden Ball is maybe the best running back in the SEC, and you're running it down USF's throat, and you stop doing that. You literally stop running the ball. DJ Lagway, the threat of DJ Lagway is so much scarier than the reality. The reality is the guy doesn't play football, right? He comes out on Saturdays and then he just was he mope around all week in the locker room not practicing? Like give the guy game reps in practice. Let him see your live defense. He's my guy Brooks Austin over there, the film guy, dude. He is so obviously not a Florida guy, but nailed it, man. He nailed it on Lagway. Just throws you should never miss. Taking shots you should never take, and then missing layups. Missing layups. It's abysmal. But in regards to Billy Napier, the Billy Napier experiment has gone on long enough. He's going to coach the rest of the year, probably win a game he has no business winning. But what more do you need to see? What makes you believe that he at some point gets this turned around? Because I'm telling you, he's not hiring a coordinator. Russ Callaway, maybe, maybe, and that would take Scott Strickland firing Billy Napier if he didn't hire a coordinator, which would also never happen. Napier and Strickland are in this sort of world of their own where they're like kind of think they're invincible and they like really get amused by that. And I'm not amused by it, right? Um, I got written down here good men versus good results. Napier is a good man. He is a good man. That Gatorade program down there, they talk about molding players for life after football. Um, Life after football is coming a lot quicker than people think for some people around that program. God. Tw I don't have enough fingers or toes to count the amount of coaches that would absolutely make the college football playoff with this roster. G- and honestly, if I had to put a bet in right now, Alex Golish might be the coach at Florida next year because he's going to make the playoff with USF's roster. I mean, he would put Lagway in a position to succeed, and he'd probably actually make the guy practice, I bet. right? I mean, oh God, I can't get over DJ Lagway, man. The threat of DJ Lagway is so scary. And then the reality of him is like, oh, this guy's actually completely stoppable. He's absolutely stoppable. All you have to do is you can leave guys open and you're still probably okay with the way he played on Saturday. Really bad, really, really bad. And I think the issue at Florida stems very far beyond the football field. I don't know how many people are privy to the decision makers at the University of Florida in the athletic department, but Scott Strickland, the athletic director down there, just got $1 million raise or something ridiculous, an $800,000 raise. The Florida doesn't have a university president in place, and Scott Strickland is getting an $8,000 raise. He has no boss. He is a it's a dictatorship there. He does whatever he wants, right? But at what point, oh man, they are so lucky they won a basketball national championship because that bought Strickland. That's going to buy him more time than he deserves. You so one, Scott Strickland has hired zero good football coaches. They peter out or they were never good to begin with. Then, off the back of hiring a two coaches that he hired were abusive towards their players. The basketball coach he hired is a creep, allegedly, but wins a national championship, so all is forgotten. And then the football coach that you put all your faith in scores 18 points at home against a mid-major team, even though you have two five-star receivers and four receivers that run 10-4 in the 100 meter, a five-star quarterback, the best running back in the SEC, two first-round draft picks on your offensive line, a 6'8" tight end, and you can't score. You can't score. Like, what else does Scott Strickland have to see? And can we get a university president over there? Someone that Scott Strickland has to listen to? Man, it's horrible. It's horrible. Burn it. Burn it all. Burn it down in Gainesville. It's over. It is so over. It's not over. Honestly, they're gonna go beat LSU or Miami. And we're gonna try to forgive Billy Napier. He's gonna do just enough to get himself another year. It is egregious what's going on in Gainesville. It's really disappointing. It's really disappointing because Napier does a lot of things well, but all of the things he does well, he does it well so you can have a talented roster that ultimately performs well on the field, and he does all the steps, and then he gets out on Saturday. On Saturday, he pees down his leg or whatever. I don't know what the saying is, but he just forgets. He forgets what his job is. He forgot what his job is. Napier, dude, Monday through Friday, what a beast. Saturday rolls around, God, he's the complete opposite of Dan Mullen. If you could fuse Dan Mullen and Billy Napier, Florida would have 7 national championships since Urban Meyer. All right, Michigan versus Oklahoma. Such a better game to watch. But John Mateer is a hooper. This guy is an absolute hooper. This is a football player, is what he really is. He's not this like, I really don't even think he's like a quarterback. The guy just is a football player. I don't think you can, because he does some dumb things, but I mean, that's part of football. And you make up for it by running for 74 yards, using your feet, and scoring twice on the ground. So, very proud of John Mateer. And I hate to bring up Florida again, but this Oklahoma team and Florida were in very similar boats to start the year. These are huge brands, huge football brands that are underachieving, that have an impossible schedule, and one of them's due to break through. And when you have a coach like Brent Venables, um, a good coach, you figure it out, right? You actually do figure it out. And when you have talent on the offensive side, you let them play football and you let them do what they do best. And then Venables, he embraces what he is, which is a defensive guy, and then gets coordinator figured out, right? He's not trying to call offensive plays, Napier. He lets he lets his offensive staff cook and he lets John Mateer play his game and he can focus on putting Bryce Underwood in an absolute blender and making a freshman quarterback look like a freshman quarterback on his first road start. Brett Venables is not the guy that you want to see in your first road start as a rookie quarterback. That guy, he made Bryce Underwood look silly. And I'm not worried about Bryce Underwood because this is about as tough as a situation as you can go into in regards to who you're playing, where you're playing, and the guy that you're playing. But all the factors kind of favored Oklahoma. Mateer is more experienced than Bryce Underwood. The game's at Oklahoma. It's at night. Michigan is still trying to kind of find their lane and play the level of ball they can play. I think Oklahoma is just playing a little bit better ball earlier in the year. But man, the Oklahoma offense, Venables made the right moves, man. That program, it looks great. Really, I mean, 24-13 is not a standout score, but I just think if John Mateer makes good decisions in big games, this is a team like Oklahoma, Texas is a way different. We're looking at the game way differently than we were 3 weeks ago. But Deion Burks, Oklahoma receiver, 100 yards and a touchdown. Mateer, 74 yards on the ground and two touchdowns. Um, they look good. They look good. Good for Oklahoma, you know. Good for Oklahoma. Looks like they found a receiver that can stand out too. Um, so big stuff out of Oklahoma. That's that's your sleeper playoff team for the SEC right there. They're probably going to beat Texas this year, I bet. All right, round of applause for Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, Jeff Lebby. They This was a ridiculous game. Blake Shapen for Mississippi State had 58-yard, 48-yard, and 47-yard touchdown passes. Just the most ridiculous way to score three touchdowns. It's like just don't give up a deep ball. Don't give up explosives at the rate you're giving it up, Mr. Dillingham. Um, in regards to Dillingham and Sam Levitt, Scadaboo was evidently the MVP last year because Levitt is probably not the guy we thought he was. You know, Arizona State still has a chance to get things dialed in and figure stuff out and go win a big game and beat, like, still fight for your conference because it wasn't a conference loss. But I think we are fractionally too high on Sam Levitt. And I mean, Arizona State had the ball for 37 minutes out of this game. 37 and some change, 251 rush yards on the ground, and you only score and you can't punch it in. That's your minus two turnovers, which is the difference in the ball game, honestly, is that you didn't take care of the ball despite having it for 40 minutes and rushing it for 251. Against Mississippi State, that should always be enough to win. But when you give up three daggers from Blake Shapen, especially one with 30 seconds left, that is usually that's the result you're gonna get. That's the result you're gonna get. You try me with a sorry quarterback like Sam Levitt, that's the result you're gonna get. All right. Good for Mississippi State. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. The SEC looks great, man. Lots of good teams in the SEC, except for Florida. Florida sucks. All right, Troy versus Clemson. I should talk about Clemson and LSU. That's the game we all watched in week one. What if what if both of them just aren't as good as advertised, right? Because LSU, that was a snooze fest of a game against La Tech, 23-7 or whatever, 23-0. It might have been a shutout. LSU's defense looks great, but uh, Nussmeier can be a little bit pedestrian at times. And I understand, oh, first pick in the draft, he makes so many NFL throws. I get it. I get that about Nussmeier, and he fits in down there, and I think he's a great player. But there's something about him that looks so normal sometimes. Like his good looks normal, and his bad looks normal. And sometimes it's hard to differentiate if he's making NFL throws and is the reason this offense is having success, or if he's not. And I think he might not be. I don't know. It's a bad take because I think Nussmeier's good, but I'm just saying he looks pedestrian sometimes. Then back to Clemson. Clemson gets beat by LSU, and then this week Clemson and LSU win. Both teams look sloppy. Clemson was getting dominated by Troy for like a big portion of this game. Um, the one silver lining here for Clemson is that Bryant Wesco stepped up, uh, 7 for 100 and some change and a touchdown. They need a go-to guy at receiver for Klubnik. That could be the guy. I'm sorry, I gotta look in the camera more. I apologize. If you're listening on audio, just know you're literally not missing anything because I can't look into the camera to save my life. I'm stressed, all right? I'm anxious. I'm upset, frankly. Troy quarterback Goose Crowder, Hall of Fame name, not a Hall of Fame game at him. 3 picks. Troy's up 16 zip and 3 interceptions. If it was 0 interceptions, which is ideally what we like out of a quarterback, Troy, is it crazy to say probably wins this game? Like, is that too much to say? Might be too much to say. And here's something I have to say about Clemson, because they look so pedestrian at times that it's not shocking that if you take away Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence and put in the transfer portal, when you can't just like hold guys captive for 4 years, Clemson doesn't look fractionally as good as they once were when we were throwing dynasty allegations out there, right? Which they were so good for so long. But the world keeps turning, and Dabo does not. It's honestly impressive how unfit he is for today's game and still manages to have a good team year in and year out. Like he's such a good football coach. He's just one of these guys, these old school cats that is just kind of done with the way football works now. So, yep, Clemson, Clemson versus Georgia Tech coming up. Clemson, Georgia Tech gonna beat them outright in Atlanta. Book it. All right. What else can I talk about? I'm a Florida guy, man. I'm gonna lean back and just vent because I'm upset. I'm a Florida guy, and they make it hard to be. You know, the nice thing about doing the show is I have to try to be unbiased. Florida makes it really easy to be unbiased. Because I'll be the first one to tell you that they're just horrible. They underperform, literally underperform every single time there's an important game. I think we're going to look back on last year's finish as an absolute anomaly. And Napier, their defense is fine. I really think the defense is fine, especially since you're playing without a few studs on defense. You're going to be okay, but you're not going to be good because Billy Napier can't draw up an offense. And he's an offensive guy. Every he got one chance at Clemson to be offensive coordinator and failed. It lasted a year. And we hire him. We gave him Lagway. We gave him everything he needed. It's not we anymore. I don't like him. All right. Um, Oklahoma stock up, Florida stock down. High on Mississippi State, low on Clemson, high on Georgia Tech, low on LSU. The landscape is changing. Lots of teams that are good that weren't supposed to be, even though I saw it coming. Because I know everything. But I'm just ranting at this point. We're gonna get into week 3 picks on Thursday. I'm gonna post that, record that now and post it on Thursday. Thanks for watching. Um, like and subscribe. Um, because I really need to get better at this kind of stuff, right? I can't look into the camera to save my life. Like, just look. I would be, just look at the camera, dude. I'm struggling. Rough weekend for Jackster, but I'm gonna look at this camera and tell you that I'll always be back. You can't get rid of me. That's probably what Billy Napier and Scott Strickland feel like right now. Can't get rid of them because they do the bare minimum of what it takes to stay in a position of power. Burn it. Burn it all. All right. Week 3 picks Thursday night, probably. I'm going out of town and I'm going to do my best. All right. So yeah, I'm going to clip this up, get some shorts out there, watch it all. I'll find the funny parts of this show or anything where I'm looking at the camera, I'll try to post that. All right. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.